Oke guys, lagi sama gue di Senin. Jadi kali ini kita bakal lanjutin lagi uh, Judgement ya guys. Karena Judgement itu kemarin kita udah nyampe di chapter berapa? Chapter 5? Chapter 5? Chapter 5 kemarin. Pokoknya itu ya, chapter 5. Terus kita chapter itu lah. Oke. Oke, gue ucapkan selamat malam semuanya. Selamat datang ya. Selamat terus. Saya mana sih kalau udah kemalaman jadi ya silakan bisa atau lanjut saja guys. Gimana gue suruh tailing si siapa? Siapa ya? Nah, sudah ini dari mana dia pergi? Kita lihat mana. Oh, ini ada angkanya beli dananya mari.
Huh?
Hey, that's no way. So this will make a pretty good money. So, get the wrong idea. But our man has a little thing going on. So, yeah, people do good. The odds were not good. Gila. Damn. He's out to spoil you. But man, chance she's going to work. Just have to make sure she doesn't watch. Guys. take out stuff. So, ya, mantap ya. Gitu doang. Nggak susah. Susah ya. Sekarang ini. Ini sih kalau orang yang ini sih kuat bisa siapa gitu. Nah, ini jadi ini dari guys.
Isn't that?
Banyak yang tangan ada. Nah, beda dulu deh. Kita coba ketiga. Kayak dulu. Tapi aku terus langsung dua insight. Is nothing. Terlihat apa? Darah. Sorry. Terus sebelah sini nih, orangnya kelihatan. Terus sebelah sini, deket tuh. Mana nih? Show me something. Ada sesuatu. Kiri dong, kiri dong. Pas banget. Ya, ini susah. Ketahuan.
A lady can never be too careful.
Ini ketinggalan nih starter ya nih menjelang dia go stack out clouds. Panik ya kami langsung. Wait, bisa. Judi lagi nih bukan. Belum. Ke belakang nih. Ini yang kalau dari itu kita awasi. Game dulu ya. Game leadernya tar. Itu kemarin dulu. Kelar nih ya. Salah.
Perfect.
Doc,
Is that it? Huh? Try as you might to get them. Besides, I had a hunch.
Huh?
But how with that? This thing gambling is just. Guys, I know you'll be the type to go. My God. Wow.
hey,
Did you get it? Welcome to what I do for you. You're again. That's right. The gambler only works when she feeling it. That's my little secret. I see. Makes sense by the idea of getting forward side. I don't do it for fun at first, but then I keep winning. Because I have talent for it. And when I make enough money, I have this. Now you have a black lesson. But they're also chomping and bit to my nerves. Tell you what, if I pay you, we keep a secret. Exactly. And from this plan, and it's in case, cash it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't want them getting that out here. I'll tell you my lost. I must say, you're really a good detective. Your logic was on point. What do you say? What is how my friend might have? You might do better what you think. Nah, itu masih lebih worse. Jangan pernah nantangin seorang yang ahli gambling atau apa gitu. Jangan pernah sekali-kali lu nantangin. Nggak akan menang. Kalau udah jago, lu nggak akan menang. Kayak gitu. Oke, sekarang kita kehin geng leader ya. Kehin geng leader, bisi kalian cuma sudah dikumpulkan kalau ya kamu detektif agency. Jangan harus sama dulu, ya nggak? Kita nih bos kejahatan guys. Terus sempat sama dader versi ini. Oh, enggak. Enggak di sini. Oh, enggak. Dah, bisa. Oh no. Jodoh.
Really, guys?
Maka sini. Di sini.
Must we?
Oh. Sini. Pulang nggak?
And stay down.
Susah. Makan saya tuh susah. Menang.
Not a wise choice.
Mati.
What a waste. Bisa.
Sembel ya. Acok kan gue sembel ya. Katanya gue tinggal terang. Iya. Cetak. Sebentar, mulai datang dulu. Bu. Tunggu.
Hardly felt that.
Saat. Cuma.
And stay down.
Saya lambu. Sekali kalau lambu jangan saya. Terus itu. Oh berarti si Sorakiba belum ada. Sorakiba. Nanti Sorakiba doang. Oke.
Out of the way. What a waste.
Susah. Begitu susah. Gitu. Tahu juga. Tahu. Dia. Tahu. Tidak. Doang
Really,
katanya.
guys?
Doang kamu. Terus baru tes kayak gitu.
Hey. You don't
Geng kasih ke sampah-sampah ini. Setahun bos. Awalnya gue panggil Koga sih. Gue takut sama Koga. Ini Faiz. Koga tuh susah. Are you alright? Just to you. Yeah, take it you from here with those points. Can see that. There's one reason or another. Listen to my words. While that doesn't mean they're present, I see. I know you could play out. So I'll be taking like my money. But we choke on bastard. Now that's settled. So we have to introduce ourselves, have we?
This is Yagami.
It's not. I'm Takayuki Yagami. I'm with the detective with Amrocha. Detective, say. Interesting. I'm Kazufumi Kamoguchi. And I run title financing of the floor. In other words, we get that. Ooh, the collector. They were collecting debt from the kid. You know what we doing?
Oh.
Yeah. So no, they never plan on paying you back. This isn't the first time they attack me. Come back, bastards. I think they can do whatever they do. When it comes to the innocence, so. Just that you know though, those guns weren't the only ones I wanted. Actually, I ended up financing a couple of their leaders too. Oh, such as Kentakan saya, Renji Honda. Ya omongin 800.000 yen. Dua-duanya 1.600.000 yen. Gila. You got money to them, man, you really need to be more careful. Trust.
Yagami-san.
Yeah, no kidding. See, Yagami, you're good at tracking people down, yes? And that you're a detective at all? This is one part of my job. And from what I've seen, you can handle yourself in this cover to boot. They took down those 2 embezzles for me and get my money back. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I'll pay you for it. I'm always running into them. Alright? I think I can accept the chance. Great. You're doing me a big favor. This gang down we're talking about. Even if I ignore them, they butt into my life. It's hard. Which is sad. But you look at the time. I better get back to the office. See you. The collector ternyata. Oh. Enter level on screen, you'll not be crazy among gang leader members. Okay, gang leaders will also show up somewhere in the town. In order to reduce the threat level, you must either deal with the leader or wait some time to ask. Jadi kalahin lah. Tinggal wait some time to ask, dah langsung diharapkan enggak? Wah! Sini lah. This is him. Sebelum bos.
That'll do it.
Hey!
Hello?
Yagami-san. This is Sari.
What's up, Saori-san? You don't usually call me.
I haven't been able to reach Shintani-sensei. It keeps going to voicemail. He hasn't picked up since he left the office after talking to you.
And?
Didn't you
butt's
say the
big.
Tory clan was after him?
Yeah, he'll be fine. I just wanted to give him a scare.
Okay, still. Could you try him for me? Sometimes he ignores my calls. Maybe he'll pick up for you.
Are you sure we're talking about the same guy? But I might as well. Can't hurt to try.
Ini deket cuy. Deket nih cuy. Nunggu. Getar doang lagi handphonenya. Nunggu.
Shintani here.
Hey, Shintani-sensei, it's Tak. Where are you?
You've reached the voicemail box of the one
Meninggal.
Masamichi Shintani, Genda Law Office's finest attorney.
Shintani.
Leave your legal troubles after the beep.
Meninggal, Cuk. Wah. Wah. Wah, guys. Wah. Waduh. Bahaya. Bahaya.
The Tojo clan is struck by Kyorei clan gunfire. Kamurocho's disarray only spreads wider. On the surface, the diagram resembles a yakuza turf war. But in the shadows are glimpses of a construction firm and political influence. And in Yagami's own shadow, the mole's sharp claws claim yet another victim.
Mati, Cuk. Guys, kawan. Mati lo Shintani lo. Gimana, guys? Mokat dia.
What do you mean he's dead? Didn't you just say everything would be okay?
Stay calm, Sari-san. I'm just as shocked as you. But I think the mole is responsible.
Have you contacted the police?
No, not yet.
You should do that right away then.
Do you think you could make the call, Sari-san?
What?
I need time to check things out before the cops show up and take over. Please.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks.
Gila. Mari, Cuk. Mau kasih Shintani. Mari Agami. Justru yang jadi timbul pertanyaan gue ini sekarang satu. Gimana ceritanya atau caranya pelakunya ini masuk ke tempatnya si Agami, naruh si Shintani di dalam lemari, sedangkan kekunci pintunya. Itu dia pertanyaan gue.
What the?
His eyes are God stuff. We, as all the moles are the
Suspicious. What the?
Ngobrol, dengerin masalah pencamburan sebentar. Bullet hole. Must because of that. But that's not the more reason I'm home. What about Cinta respond? What's going on when I call the lawyer? So it's never man in his body. We just want to find what we're calling it again. We can do this. So then it was a very small to so it's never losing the blood.
Suspicious.
Arrest. Cinta respond. Should take a closer look. Nice. Mau kacau Shintani, Cuk. Gila. Mati loh Shintani, what the hell. Aduh. Scholar history should tell me everything. Seperti to get the office. Sebagian agenda. All of them except the last number he called. Shintani just a few hours before his death. Who's he calling? No. Siapa nih?
Received a call from
Aduh.
the Genda Law Office.
Aduh, yang datang dia tuh. Aduh, ya Allah. Aduh, yang datang dia, cowok. Masalahnya,
You got here fast,
cowok.
Detective Kuroiwa.
Shintani, huh?
Yeah.
His name has been coming up a lot lately. He's the reason Hamura walked, after all. Perhaps you couldn't stand his newfound fame so you often.
Huh?
I heard you two weren't exactly on good terms.
Do you greet everyone by accusing them of murder? Guess that's just how cops like you operate.
Forensics will be here soon. We will need you present as a resident of the property. After that, we'll need some time to investigate.
How long?
You'll have to find somewhere else to stay tonight at the very least.
I don't have money for that.
Yet you can afford bribing a cop. Fire-based sources aren't even that reliable.
Don't know what you mean.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Dia lagi yang datang. Dari seluruh polisi coba dia yang datang aja. Kenapa nggak Makoto Date yang dipanggil? Iya gue lupa. Dia tuh udah jadi jurnalis. Ya, benar saya lupa. Di antara seluruh orang dia yang datang loh. Kenapa nggak yang lain gitu? Siapa kayak gitu?
Sorry, I had to wait around for the cops to get here. Is Genda-sensei still at the office?
Yes, he wants to talk to you about Shintani. As do I. Hoshino too.
Okay, I'll head over now.
Yang datang si Kuroiwa cowok. Runyam masalah semua langsung. Gak ada yang lain gitu yang datang siapa gitu. Kuroiwa dari seluruh orang. Yang ditelepon sorry Kuroiwa, Mas Kuroiwa datang nggak? Gila. Lu bukan memperbaiki situasi ya nak ya, lu mempernya.
What a waste. Must we? And stay down.
Gitu bang. Sama nggak apa-apa lah. Kan kita juga nggak macam-macam juga ke mayatnya Shintani kan cuma ngeliat doang dibuka kacamatanya. Oh matanya dicongkel, oke. Dicek, cek, udah. Iniin handphonenya. Cari siapa nih kamu telepon terakhir. Harusnya ya kami simpen itu nomor harusnya. Telepon balik sama dia. Pasti diangkat sama orang yang ininya. Yang ini diangkat sama dia. Dan yang kita telepon tuh pasti juga bakal angkat karena itu kan nomor yang tidak dikenal kan. Oh, enggak mau yang bunuh ya. Tahuan jadinya. Mempersimpel keadaan harusnya kan.
I know you've had a rough night, Yagami. But if you're up to it, can you tell us what happened to Shintani?
Seluruh orang Kuroiwa yang siapa. Sudahlah. Semoga jujur. Kalau saya enggak. Gue gedik makanya.
Saori-san was having trouble getting in touch with Shintani, so I decided to give him a call myself, see what the deal was. But when I dialed him up, I heard the phone ringing in my closet. Shintani was killed the same way as all the others.
The others? Do you mean his eyes were...
Gouged out, yeah. But Shintani's beef was with the Kyorei clan. Why would the mole target him?
I'm not so sure. It sounded like he knew something when you talked earlier.
Right.
Think this is some kind of yakuza pissing contest, do ya? Come on. The mole is way bigger than you know.
He probably knew more about the mole than I did. And his source had to have been Hamura. Maybe they killed him to keep their secret safe.
But why did he have to put Shintani-sensei's body in your office?
Not sure. Maybe to harass me? Maybe to scare me off their trail? Maybe both.
Yagami.
Hmm?
You might want to lay low for a bit. It's not safe for you here. Get out of town. Go somewhere quiet. If the mole comes after you next...
Right. I'll do just that, Genda-sensei.
You know, I watched over Shintani since his first day as a lawyer. Kid had a good head on his shoulders, and a knack for the job I could never compete with. But he didn't have the guts to succeed when push came to shove. Not the most persistent lawyer I've seen. Even so, he looked up to me. Guess I took it for granted. Thought he'd always be part of the team.
When I first joined, Shintani-sensei was the one who showed me the ropes. He was a reliable man.
Thanks for this, Yagami. Come on, Sari-kun. I'll walk you to the station.
Sure.
Feel free to stay here tonight, Yagami.
I appreciate it.
What about you, Hoshino-kun?
I think I'll work a little more before I head home.
If you say so. Good night.
Good night, boss.
Pakai bapak sih itu ya, si Genda ya. Sedih sih. Bapak, kayak bapak kira anak sebenarnya si Genda. Sedih banget pasti. Nggak pernah tahu rasanya apa.
Make yourself at home, Yagami-san. I'll leave you the key. You've been here way longer anyway. You deserve it more than me.
Genda lo office key. Terus ternyata masuknya gimana?
Yagami-san, do you have a minute?
Sure, what's up?
Well, it's about Shintani-sensei.
Kenapa Shintani itu kenapa? Ngomong coba, ngomong. Talk to me, son. Talk to me.
Yagami-san.
Yeah.
I know you just told Genda-sensei you're gonna lay low, but that's not true, is it? You want to keep hunting down this killer.
And if I said yes?
Don't worry, I won't tell Genda-sensei. But in return... I want to help you. Look for the mole, that is. I won't slow you down. I promise.
Looking to avenge Shintani, huh?
He wasn't as strong as he let on. The tough guy act was a mask he wore to hide his insecurities. Deep down, he was just weak. That's why he was going along with Hamura, not because he wanted to. I mean, who can say no to a yakuza? And now look how it turned out. I was sitting right next to him this whole time. Yet there was nothing I could do to help. You know, I'm still young. I don't even know what kind of lawyer I want to be. Criminal? Civil? Not the slightest idea. But I know one thing. I don't want to be the kind of lawyer who sits on his hands after his friend gets murdered. Which means...
Are you sure about this, Hoshino? Genda-sensei told me to lay low. If you're seen helping me...
Don't worry about that. I'll defend myself in court if I need to. Now, Yagami-san, do you mind if I tag along?
You'll just tell Genda-sensei if I refuse, huh?
Yeah, you got that right.
Not much choice then. Welcome aboard.
Glad to be working with you.
Well, let's get down to business. First off, I want to know what Shintani was doing before he died. And I have some evidence that may tell us just that.
There was something that hints what Shintani was doing before he died. Tapone.
Shintani dialed this number earlier today. I want to know where it goes.
Right, that makes sense. It's a good thing the killer forgot to take Shintani's phone, huh? This way we can see who he was calling.
The killer didn't forget. Even if the phone was gone, we'd still be able to get Shintani's data from his provider.
Pinter, bener.
Really? I had no idea.
Yep. I bet he left the phone so I'd find the body quicker.
Huh?
I mean, he went through the trouble of hiding it in my office of all places. Probably wanted to cause as much chaos as possible, you know?
Hey, the number got a hit in the search. It's apparently for the, Advanced Drug Development Center?
ADDC.
What the hell?
What, do you know it?
3 years ago, there was a pretty famous murder there. A patient was killed, and their body dumped in the mountains.
Dibunuh di
The
gunung.
man they arrested for it was named Shinpei Okubo.
Okubo. Wait, he was your client, wasn't he?
He worked as a contract laundryman for the center. Every 2 or 3 days, he'd stop by to pick up their dirty linens. According to the police report, it was thought he carried the body out in a bundle of sheets.
Right. And you defended him in court and won. But then he got free and...
You can stop there.
But why would Shintani-sensei have called the ADDC? Who would he even talk to?
I bet we'll find out if we give them a ring. But it's getting late. You should go home. We both need some shut-eye, yeah?
Yeah, we can start fresh tomorrow. Where do we want to meet?
Oh, right. We want to keep this a secret from Genda-sensei after all.
Tahu.
There's
Iya,
an
bro.
arcade called Charles up on Park Boulevard. That should work for now.
Okay. I'll let Kaito-san know.
Yeah, thanks.
Iya, kayak itu belum tahu nggak?
Yeah. I'll see you.
Gue kayak bakal nyesel ini. Halo bro, welcome. Kenapa nyesel? What happened? Ada apa? Kenapa nyesel? Kalau gue suruh lu lanjutin series Shadow Heart sampai From the New World, gue nggak akan ini sih, nggak akan pakai cheat lagi sih. Kapok cuy gue pakai cheat. Lagi. Rest. Tidur. Yang si siapa? Si siapa yang di New World itu? Anaknya si Yuri ya? Si Karin gitu lah. Juni kamu lama gitu lah. Saya berantakan parah sih lohatnya. Berantakan gimana ya? Dalam artian apa dulu berantakan? Secara apa dulu? Berantakan ini secara apa? Secara apa? Secara apa nih berantakan? Secara apa bos? Antara 3 Shadow Hearts, From the New World paling berantakan. Secara genre berantakan. Oh. Siapa tuh? Ah ini dia. Finally. Kakek, aku datang menyelamatkan kamu kawan. Jangan khawatir.
Excuse me.
Oh, secara genre berantakan deh. Apaan mau gue? Soalnya kayak agak mancing dari gothic horror film gitu. Ya namanya juga modern, ya nggak apa-apa. Kan nggak selamanya lu di dunia yang jadul terus, kan dunia itu selalu berputar kan. Maju, 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 maju. Glad to hear it, old-timer. What was in that drink just now? Oh, I call this an extract katanya. Extract what? Technically speaking, it's a medical decoction, but extract. It was much easier on the tongue. Is it not? Oh, well, forgive me, not interested. I'm Yama. I make a mark of my own extract right here in Cambodia too. Soalnya yang cari dari Sherlock itu dari gothic horror genre-nya. Bener sih. Karena beda orang sih. Harusnya dilanjutin lagi si Yuri. Berarti di Yuri ceritanya berakhir kan di yang seri kedua kan. Shadow Hearts Convenant. Berakhir Convenant. Terus pas di Minggu udah beda lagi. Tapi apakah kurang dulu lanjut? Kayaknya enggak deh. Tahu juga sih. That's why people call me Hermit of the Dragon Palace. Hermit of the Dragon Palace. Yama. Dari trailer Pennyblade untung balik feeling gothic horror ya. Harus sih. Just call me Yagami. What's this Dragon Palace thing about? You know, the abandoned building in the hotel district? That's the Dragon Palace. My pharmacy on the 4th floor. Pharmacy. So that one was one of the ingredients? Yes. I gathered together ingredients as an extract I'm making. Brown, red, butter, and a little taking a nasty ball. Assalamualaikum, gue Esi. Waalaikumsalam Esi. Selamat datang. Lagi protagonisnya, detektif yang mengalami amnesia, Johnny Garland. Detektif yang mengalami amnesia. Tapi kayaknya Johnny Garland kelihatannya masih muda gitu, masih kayak 16-17 years old maybe. Kayaknya masih muda banget kelihatannya kalau si Johnny Garland. Well, you were around when I was Hamlet. Made it. I met a man who was apparently a hermit that makes drugs at an abandoned building. That's not strange, you know. 16 tahun, see? My guess was right. Soalnya muda banget cuy, kelihatannya cuy. Well, if it's Yagami, ready to die, Paul? Okay, and guy, of course. Hey, get your asses over here. What's that? Whoa, with this freak of nature. Now, go get Yagami and wreck him.
Not a wise choice.
Abduta! Tapi kasus yang diambil nanti bakal jadi berbalik untuk investigasi aktivitas paranormal yang mana ini first time. Dia aja hampir makan monster kali. Berarti jatuhnya dia kayak John Constantine nggak sih? Cuma kalau John Constantine itu kan demon, dia exorcist demon. Ya sih, John Constantine kan juga detektif sebenarnya, basically. Ya sih, Jack. Jadi kayak John Constantine kan? Ya sih, kayak John Constantine nggak sih? Awalnya itu senjata pisau biasa, tapi pas nama bos berubah itu berubah tuh pisaunya. Jadi apa tuh? The hell this? It's like he's invincible. You got yourself into quite a pickle, Yagami-san. Yes, shouldn't be here. Nggak, disuruh cari orang yang namanya Marlowe Brown. And your horses. I wanted this to pay you back for helping me, so I brought this to this. Thunder Strike Extract. What's this? What am I drinking this homebrewed extract, of course. Once you drink it, well, you'll see, you'll find out soon. Yang katanya ini kriminal bahaya banget. Marlowe. Chatting with your whole friend over there? Hurry up and fight me, ass. Siapa tadi? under extract. Shit, sakit banget tangannya, Cuk. Tapi pas liat Marlo Johnny langsung kayak takut banget. Iyalah. So this is the power we are extract. What was that? Berarti jalan efektif, wouldn't you say? Yeah. I had no idea it would be this potent. Thanks for saving me. I can pergi to the Dragon Palace, so feel free to come by anytime you want. Oh, thanks. Lalu jelasin di akhir game kenapa Marlon takut sama Johnny. Oh, nice. Terserah lu kalau gue mah. Lu mau gue lanjutin yang apa? Yang seri 3, gue ayo. Mau gue juga terserah. Kalau nggak lanjut, gue ganti game. Masalahnya itu. Terserah lu. Gue mau ini, kan Jumat gue masang Yakuza 4. Yakuza 4 ya. Gue rencana tuh kalau selasa tamat, gue ganti sama Razor Edge. Menjaga Razor Edge. Tapi tahu-tahu dia suka buka jendela yang muncul monster. Nah itu monster makan si Marlo. Jendela apa maksudnya?
Excuse me.
Ini gue okay. Not, I can always give you a leg back. No thanks. I wouldn't want you to go on like that. It's fine. But then trouble. Are you sure? I'll take you off the offer. Jendela Melis. Jendela Melis. Ya. Jendela Melis. Berarti kalau Yuri kan kalung gitu. Dia bentuknya kotak. Jendela. Mulai copot langsung. Si Jenny ngeliat ke kanan. Foto di kiri. Wah. Ini Johnny. Winston. Johnny Winston. Itu mah beda orang. Gue kira ada orang luar yang buka portalnya. Ternyata dia. Foto udah makan. Wow, what is all this? Did you have a seat? This is some kind of stuff. Totally weeks. Curious about my hot dog, bro? Are you? Well, this would be the liquid of base of our extract. You mean this weird stuff? Right. It still contains a special broth that mixed with the ingredients it turns into the extract. The extract specifically converted to flour out the essence of each ingredient as out of the body. Mana Joni hampir dimakan gua. Untung aja ada orang yang bantu. Kenapa nggak SP-nya yang dimakan? Mau makan SP-nya aja, nggak usah mananya. Ya, monster ya. Lu mau makan SP-nya, semuanya lu makan SP-nya gitu. Hilangin sekali. Wah. Tapi gini, gara-gara senjata pisau, dia cuma bisa standard attack. Jadi nggak bisa magic. Nggak guna berarti. Ya berarti jatuh kayak Leorio. Leorio kan basic itu, base pisau deh. Leorio. SP lagi. When I drunk during that time. Indeed, amazing close. Extract can have a variety of different side effects depending on what you do. It's magic. See how there are many types of extract here? Each one requires a different set of ingredients. You can find it all the ingredients you need by looking around the ceiling. All you need to do is add them to the broth and you're done. That doesn't sound too bad. Nope. In fact, it's just having an ingredient like another extra. What to try for yourself? Alright, that's right. Let's do this. Items. Ini saya pakai magic. Magicnya apa? Thank you. Here I'll give you a little recipe that will everything. Also take this gourd. Gourd with special solution that allows you to do your own extract.
Excuse me.
What is this recipe say? Scavenger hunt. I'm going to tell you, there are errands I like you to run. I'm trying to develop as many extracts as possible. So I'd like your help collecting the right ingredients. If you make me the extract listed on this recipe, I'll teach you how to brew them. But for now, get scavenging. Tapi pas bos kedua, klien yang nyawa dia justru punya kekuatan yang muncul di portal. Monster muncul, atau keluar cahaya merah dari pisau. Berarti biasanya kerasukan gitu. Gimana? Lantai 3 dulu. Lantai 3 dulu guys. Ada beberapa halaman bambu. Lantai 3. Nah, jadi kita langsung naik ke sini. Up. Wooden text. Lalu ini aja. Just. Lu masukkan keluar barusan tusuk langsung. Di situ kita lagi. Nah, di sini lu bisa dapat buku Crisis Preparedness. Skill app itu. Ini satu di sini, satu lagi di lantai 2. Jadi di sini tuh kenapa dia bisa conjure cahaya merah gitu? Isinya terkutuk kan? Atau mungkin peninggalan dengan seseorang. Ironclad self defense. Ini sudah boleh. Masih ada banyak. Ironclad self defense. Dapat sudah. Hampir mirip lightsaber. Itu bukan sembarangan tuh. Hampir mirip lightsaber mobil. Battle dapat kita yang baru ngambil. Rijkaard, nice. Dapatkan, yes. Hammer ini total melis tuh. Total melis. Banyak sih melis. Jenis melis. This way enemies on the map before they discover you. Guna sekali ya. Itu Charles. Dia punya kekuatan melis. Bedanya sama Yuri apa? Si Juni sama Yuri bedanya apa? Karena ini Juni pernah kena kecelakaan terus meninggal. Terus gue bisa hidup deh. Kena kecelakaan terus meninggal terus gue bisa hidup aja. Harus di atas ya gue lupa. Kalau gue ke bawah tapi itu gue ada sih. Oh, nabrak gua. Cepat. Dia sama kakaknya pernah kecelakaan mobil terus meninggal. Bokapnya nggak terima katanya.
Kaito-san told me you'd be here. Don't forget about me next time, yeah?
I wish you'd fucking forget about me. Is there a reason your little gang needs to keep meeting up here?
It's so nice of you to let us use your store, Higashi-san. Especially when you're clearly so opposed to the idea.
Don't talk down to Yakuza, kid.
It's okay, Higashi-san. I think we all know you're nicer than you let on.
What the hell?
Damn, and you're braver than you look, Hoshino-kun. You got the skills to back it up?
Just a 3rd degree black belt.
Karate, man.
Not that I've ever had to use it.
Degree black belt sih lumayan loh.
Meeting to order?
Sure.
Dan 3 karate main sih.
Masamichi Shintani of the Genda Law Office has been murdered. Given that his eyes were gouged out, it's likely the mole was responsible. And I'll need all of your help to track him down.
The ADDC, huh? Weird time for that to come up again.
Again? It's come up before?
We can talk about that later. What's important now is Shintani.
Hidup karena buku terkutuk itu. Oh, buku yang itu ya, yang disegel sama si siapa? Roger Bacon, ya, buku itu ya. Emigrant manuscript atau lagi. A fucking corpse. A fucking corpse. Wait, emigrant manuscript. Kok bisa?
Called them before he was killed.
I don't get it. What's the connection between Shintani and the ADDC?
I think I remember them being in the news a lot last year.
Jadi ada orang gila yang nyuri itu buku, terus ngasih ke bokap John. Oh,
Something
itu bukannya disimpan sama si itu, siapa? Si Roger Bacon. The Yuri, di akhir surat. Bisa dicuri.
about a new drug that could win a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, here it is.
The ADDC's research into AD9 has now been published in one of the world's leading scientific magazines, leading to the gathering of reporters from both Japan and abroad.
Roger yang ngurus, tapi entah kenapa bisanya dicuri sama si orang gila ini. Dan tebak siapa orang gila ini? Marlo Brown. Mungkin dia ketemu di jalan, jadi gelandangan sama Marlo Brown, ya kan? Terus dia tarik lah dia ketemu si Rijkaard kan kerja tuh emigrant manuscript, dia tahu isinya apaan, dicuri, dikasih bapak si Judgement.
We have here today.
It's a brand new dementia drug. They call it AD9. This was right after director Kido from the ADDC published his paper on it. They're still undergoing clinical trials on
Dia mau dijuluki sebagai penyihir gelap.
larger animals, but
Si Marlo.
every single mouse they've given it to has made a full recovery. The man giving the presentation here is Dr. Ryusuke Kido, a world leader in neurophysiology and the primary researcher on
Sini
AD9.
Cikudo katanya
The
guys.
one who showed me around the center when I was looking into Okubo's case. Guess he's been the director for a while now.
From what I can tell, the Ministry of Health is increasing the ADDC's budget to hasten the development of AD9. They're even adding another building to the center. It's a huge project.
Damn good deal they've got.
I'm still not getting it, though. Why Shintani go and call them?
That's what we're about to find out. And there's only one way to do that.
Come on! Can't just take a man's phone.
First off, we'll need to figure out who Shintani was calling.
Yeah, but how are we gonna do that over the phone?
Selama bertahun-tahun Marlo sama bokapnya ya. Johnny mulai penelitian step by step dan instruksi itu buku. Oh.
I suppose that all depends on your acting skills, Detective Yagami.
ADDC, front desk speaking.
Hi there, ma'am. This is... This is Takayuki Yagami. I'm a lawyer from the Genda Law Office.
Hello there, Yagami-san.
I'm calling about a lawyer named Shintani who I believe contacted you yesterday.
Dan 3 tahun setelahnya itu mulai dia mereka.
I
Gila
was wondering
penelitiannya sampai 3 tahun ya.
if you could connect me with whoever he spoke to.
Do you know the extension you wish to reach?
Sorry, I don't.
Why don't you just tell me what the call was about, and I'll connect you to the proper department.
Oh, it was,
Dengan mileage yang gak terhitung jumlahnya.
It was about 89, the drug that can supposedly cure dementia.
Sorry, but I'm not authorized to talk about that. Why don't I connect you with our publicity department?
Sure.
Terima itu yang di luar tempat mereka bakal mulai. Gini. Yang gue gak paham adalah Gini, Jack, kan katanya bokap si Joni sama si Marlo Brown ini kan melakukan eksperimen penghidupan terhadap si Joni sama kakaknya kan. Yang gue nggak paham itu cuma satu sebenarnya. Cuma satu hal yang gue nggak paham. Yang gue nggak paham adalah orang kalau kecelakaan tubuhnya pasti hancur coy. Either that itu tubuhnya kepotong atau hancur ya. Then how the hell they're coming back?
Please hold, sir.
Doesn't sound like you're making much progress.
Thank you for waiting.
Yes?
It seems our publicity department never received a call from a Shintani-sama.
I see. Thank you anyway.
Masih ada sampelnya. Oh.
No way this happens over the phone. It'll be faster to just head over there myself.
You think that's gonna work?
Sama masih ada sampelnya
I know
masih
the
bisa
director,
utuh.
remember? Worst case scenario, I come back empty-handed.
Sampel apa nih? Sampel DNA atau sampel darah nih?
I'll come with you, Yagami-san.
Okay, me and Nagashi will go check out what's going on with the Matsugane family. Shouldn't be tough with Hamura out of the picture.
Hey, I don't remember saying I was gonna help you.
By the way, Yagami-san, whatever happened to that guy from 3 years ago?
DNA lah tuh. Karena ada yang bisa ngehidupin darah juga masalahnya.
Shinpei Okubo.
He's in the detention center. Been there since they gave him his death sentence.
Have you ever gone to see him, Yagami-san?
No. Why would I?
Lagi udah ngeras waktu itu. Udah nggak ada darah yang keluar.
Why do you ask anyway?
I don't know. I was wondering what he was like. The case got tons of news coverage, you know. I was also wondering what you thought about the case. I mean, did you really think that he was innocent?
Tapi pas selesai ada yang kurang.
Probably.
But then he walked. Killed his girlfriend. You defended him for that too, yeah?
I did. It was a nice man to tell him every chance.
Yep.
Did you believe him then too?
Well, kebalikannya Melis. Willpower.
He kept saying the same thing. How he could never have killed anyone. But I didn't believe him, no. Fighting for him in court made me sick to my stomach.
Jadi ada dua cahaya yang bertolak belakang. Will sama ini cahaya itu biru dan Melis cahaya merah. Biru sama cahaya merah.
Do you think he deserves the death penalty?
That's enough of the questions, Sugiura.
Well, my bad. Was that too far?
Nah.
If you say so.
Yagami-san? You're heading to the ADDC now, yes? I'm gonna grab a taxi for us. I'll wait for you over on Park Boulevard.
Alasnya cuma Juni yang itu. Siapa? Katanya cewek lagi sih Juni. Kalau cewek sih jahat sih. Si Roger kenapa nggak dikubur aja sih? Bagaimana stupid tadi? Ada energi will yang sisa itu mengalir ke Johnny doang, sedangkan Melis ke kakaknya semua. Oke, berarti kita sekarang pergi ke ADDC guys. Kalau gitu kita ke ADDC. Taxi.
Over here, Yagami-san.
Ya nggak jadi berantemnya. Alhasil yang bangkit bukan kakaknya, tapi entitas lain. Nah, bro. Berarti, gue paham cuy, gue paham. Itu bukan kecelakaan cuy, kayaknya emang dia udah niat bunuh diri cuy kayaknya emang begitu cuy, emang kayak gitu kayaknya. Makanya si Johnny doang yang bangkit. Kayaknya kakaknya emang udah niat bunuh diri ngajak si Johnny cuy. Bukan kecelakaan cuy. Iya, pembunuhan berencana berarti mau berencana untuk bunuh diri dia. Ini ngajak si Joni, bego. Elah yang ngawur, emang kecelakaan. Ini bisa lo. Dia ngajak orang untuk bunuh diri bisa lo. Makanya aura dia kan melis, nggak will kan. Kalau emang dia will harusnya dia nggak akan bunuh diri cuy. Gue mikirnya sih gitu tadi. Oh ini ADDC.
I've heard a bit about this place before. But the ADDC, isn't it just one part of a larger organization?
Sebenarnya lagi boleh cukup pakai cepetnya itu kakak. Itu juga. Tapi ini masuk akal nggak sih guys? Jadi dalam mobil ber-AC, tapi rambutnya ketiup angin. Kayak buka kaca gitu. Dia nggak ingat bokapnya atau adiknya. Malu.
It's incredible. Even with all these buildings, they're still getting budget to expand from that new drug. So, is it the same as you remember?
Yeah.
Jendelanya kebuka anjing. Kebuka ya. Gue gak merhatiin. Pantes gitu gue ketiupnya apa begitunya pakai AC. Gue mikir kan itu mau kebuka sialan. Gue gak merhatiin.
Huh? Don't go too far ahead. Yagami-san.
Jangan ngawur, bukan ngawur, gue ngeliat cok. Gila. Ini tempatnya. Ini juga.
What are you all shaken up for? Calm down. Just stick with me and you'll be fine. Got that, Yagami?
Yagami-san! Try not to just ditch me, okay? Is something wrong?
It's just... After 3 years, it still looks the same.
Huh?
Almost like time itself has stopped.
Yagami-san.
Come on. Front desk's over there.
Tapi beruntung. Masalah conviction yang masih bisa itu masalah conviction yang masih bisa multiplayer nggak sih? Kalau blacklist kata lo kan nggak bisa, oke. Tapi kayaknya conviction masih bisa sih pak, Splinter Cell conviction. Soalnya kan dia ada mode yang apa? Yang itu yang kacamatanya 2 yang selama yang 1 yang di sini. Ada, gue pernah main soalnya conviction. Pernah coy. Pernah main gue conviction. Gue ingat pernah tuh. Dan setelah itu laptop gue berasa karena laptop kolor itu yang dulu gue langsung gitu lagi nama dan gitu kan. Rusak langsung. Soalnya gue udah cek, udah nggak bisa ya, udah nggak bisa multiplayer ya, udah berarti bukan cek. Pokoknya seingat gue yang bisa multiplayer Splinter Cell tuh cuma seri kedua, Pandora Tomorrow. Iya Pandora Tomorrow, ya. Chaos Theory, Double Agent, Conviction sama Blacklist. Tapi gue udah cek di Steam gitu ya, nggak bisa ya, udah. Sayang banget.
Do you have an appointment, sir?
I don't, sorry. My name is Hoshino, from the Genda Law Office. This is my partner, Yagami. We're here to talk about a murder that took place in Kamurocho yesterday.
Lu sini, jangan di situ.
A coworker of ours named Shintani. He was the victim.
We have a record that...
Padahal bagus tuh bener. Conviction salah satu yang terbagus sih. Itu gue ada rencana. Jadi setelah Tenchu selesai, gue mau fokus Splinter Cell 1. Katanya 2, gue gak bisa mainin. Pandora Tomorrow gue gak bisa mainin. Di Indonesia, di ban soalnya. Game Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow tuh di ban di Indonesia. Jadi gue gak bisa mainin walaupun sebenarnya gue pengen gitu. Tapi sebenarnya di ban, gak bisa mainin gitu. Kenapa? Karena ceritanya tuh gini. Kalau mau tahu Jack, gue kasih tahu. Jadi Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow di ban tuh kenapa? Karena gini. Dulu itu kan pas zamannya Nurdin M-Top cuy. Dulu kan ada teroris dari Malaysia yang bajingan banget Malaysia. Malaysia ya, terus dari Malaysia namanya Dr. M Top sama Dr. Azhari kan. Nah jadi ceritanya si Suhadi Sadono ini itu Nurdin M Top ceritanya. Amerika ceritanya mau ngebantuin Indonesia untuk nangkep si apa nangkep si siapa si Suhadi Sadono ini gitu loh. Tapi Indonesia menolak, dia bilang bahwa polisi kita ini udah bagus, udah kuat, kita juga pasti bisa kok ngatasin Nurdin untuk sendiri. Akhirnya mereka tanpa seizin dari pemerintahan Indonesia bikin game Splinter Cell ini apa Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. Ketahuan kan sama ini salah satu ini katanya salah satu pemerintah Indonesia apa orang gitu yang ngadu gitu. Ini akhirnya di ban, ketahuan nggak boleh dimainin Pandora Tomorrow. Walaupun sebenarnya ceritanya kayak gitu awal pembuatannya. Jadi cerita itu kata developernya dibilang katanya ini tuh kita mau ngebantuin ini penangkapan teroris tersebut. Cuma namanya kita samarin, kita ganti jadi Suhadi Sadono. Dan mukanya juga nggak mirip Nurdin M Top, tapi mirip Che Guevara mukanya. Udah cek, dia ini sama, mirip sama Che Guevara. Itu. Sayang, padahal cerita bagus. Pandora Tomorrow cuma nggak bisa dimasukin di live Inggris. Makanya di live streaming Indonesia lu nggak ngeliat kan? Ada itu kan ada Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, tapi di Center Strain Zero One ada, karena si Center Strain kan di Amerika, dia boleh main game itu. Kalau di Indonesia nggak boleh, di ban itu. Gak usah deh, langsung Chaos Theory aja lah. Iya, langsung mending saran gua langsung Chaos Theory aja, soalnya Pandora Tomorrow di ban cuy, gara-gara masalah itu. Sama mereka di situ harusnya mereka izin dulu, mereka nggak izin. Ini ntar gue tunjukin akhir dari game ini ntar gue tunjukin. Ada buktinya. Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow tuh nggak boleh di Indonesia, di ban. Makanya lu nggak pernah ngeliat orang ngupload Pandora Tomorrow pasti, youtuber nggak boleh. Karena emang udah di ban dari Indonesia, udah di ban semenjak pertama rilis sampai ini udah di ban sebenarnya. Gue tahu itu dapat dari PS2 dulu, share PS2-nya.
He called this center before he was killed. Huh? We're hoping you can help us track down exactly who he spoke to.
I'm very sorry, sir, but I can't provide such private information.
Soalnya SC gue pertama tuh Chaos Theory justru. Kalau Splinter Cell pertama gue ya Splinter Cell yang seri pertama. Gue seri pertama gue ngikutin. Oke. Seri kedua Suhadi Sadono. Oh ya. Seri ketiga si Douglas. Kan musuh si Douglas. Conviction si Reed. Thomas Reading yang ngasih senjata di Chaos Theory. Yang kelima ya itu. Douglas itu. Ya itu. Maksudnya gue lupa sama. Tapi Douglas itu. Orangnya botak. Dia dapat senjata Indonesia karambit. Itu dikasih sama Victor waktu Victor ke Indonesia. Sisa dikasih.
Well, could I at least talk to Director Kido instead? He's an old friend of mine. Just let him know Yagami stopped by to say hello.
Jadwal conviction besok sekarang.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Look over there.
No lu. Gue masih simpan itu blacklist. Udah enggak. Tapi tolannya masih ada. Blacklist gue simpan atau enggak. Tapi tolannya masih ada. Jadi gue bisa dulu. Gue justru mau ini, mau main dari SC1 dulu. SC1, 3, 4, 5. Yang kedua kan nggak boleh mainin katanya.
Gentlemen, I really don't know what else you want from me. I have nothing more to say. I've told the police all that I know.
Lo gameplay conviction besok ya, silakan. Nah, lo kan itu. Gue request ke gue request ke lo. Lo kan request Shadow Heart gue request ke lo. Gue request Hitman Absolution. Mau nggak? Hitman Absolution. Kuat laptop lo. Soalnya gue pernah nyoba kuat juga.
Sorry about all
Kamu tau gilanya? Buat translate. Keren.
this, director. Problem is, my partner here
Berat anjing.
won't give it a rest till he sees the scene of the crime. But I'm sure we'll be leaving soon.
That's not what we agreed upon. You know this isn't about how long it takes.
3 years earlier, advanced drug development center in DC.
And what about Okubo? I take it he's still not fessed up.
No, not quite as of yet, sir. But we all saw where the body was. Exactly where he said it would be.
Quite true. Not much point in fighting this now.
Di low grafik aja, kuat kok itu. Coba. Back absolution kuat kok.
The
Judgement
minister
absolution
has
kuat.
made it clear that he wants it resolved soon as well.
Gue terasa pakai full conviction. Gue justru mau nanya ke lu bisa naruh subtitle atau teks gitu gimana caranya sih? Kalau di dalam video tuh, pengen tahu gue. Soalnya kan gue pakai Vegas, gue nggak ngerti coy.
Just look at how much trouble one
Dibilang berat katanya.
Sorry, which minister? I didn't know about this, sir.
The health minister. It's all his call how much funding we get.
Avidenux, hah? Maksudnya? Avidenux?
Director, if I may, if you would just direct me to the scene of the crime, I could head over there myself. I'll be out of your hair in no time, I assure you.
I'd rather you didn't wander on your own. So instead, she can show you. Terasawa-kun, these gentlemen here are Shintani Sensei and,
Yagami.
It's a pleasure. I hope I can help you find what you need.
Well, with that, I'll be taking my leave.
Ini gue bikin subtitle, gue pakai subtitle editor. Karena gue ganti lagi satu ini deh di Avidenux. Lu bikin subtitle di subtitle editor. Subtitle editor aplikasinya apa? Avidenux gue nggak tahu. Itu aplikasinya Maxim juga. Nggak tahu. Avidenux gue nggak tahu. Gue baru tahu. Terus gue malah penasaran, lu bikin subtitle begitu gimana caranya?
Thank you again, director. Apologies for all the trouble.
This way. I can show you how to get to Waku-san's room.
Who's Waku-san?
The guy who died in his room?
Oh, yeah.
Subtitle editor justru namanya.
And you are Terasawa-san, huh? Wow, you're young. And a looker to boot.
Can we keep this professional?
Huh?
Mentahnya gue bikin di sono.
Shintani Sensei.
Ntar kirim ke gua. I wanna see how you do. Karena gue juga sebagai player style juga.
Not the friendliest girl in town, huh?
We're not exactly welcome guests here.
Tapi lu tau gak sih? Lu tau gak sih, Jack? Lu tau gak sih? Gua kan bikin chapter 1 Tenchu Breath of Heaven kan, yang seri ketiga kan. Gue liatin di YouTube semuanya muter pak, nyari kunci itu muter. Subtitle edit cek di YouTube, cek di Google. Semuanya muter nyari kunci itu mereka tuh. Wah, satu-satunya YouTuber yang berhasil menemukan jalan tanpa muter pakai kunci. Mereka sampai 30 menit, 40 menit, wah 17 menit. Mereka muter nyari kunci cowok, yang bikin lama itu. Wah, ya. Simple, masuk tengah, dek, keluar, udah. Apa kunci? What? What's going on? Gitu, mereka muter. Gua tinggal langsung nyampe. Tanya. Paris pinter susah.
Past the bar, I always figured I'd have my pick of the ladies.
Ini 3 tahun sebelumnya guys, sebelum si Agami ini jadi detektif. Greatest of all time.
Right this way, please. Straight ahead is the ADDC's general ward. Waku-san's room is on the 4th floor.
Lo mau gue tunjukin lewat streaming, apa mau gue fotoin? Jack, soal sebentar saya akan dulu tunggu terserah lo. Lo mau gue kasih? Soal itu. Ada di si Hospital General Ward.
This was the room assigned to Wako-san.
What's down there?
That's the research wing, where they develop all our new drugs.
Oh.
You can't get in without a gold key card, though. Not even I have one.
Ya, belum dipercaya.
Gold, huh?
I suppose because it's the heart of the center's operations.
Huh. Sounds like it's a whole other world back there. Security like that must be a bitch. Come on, Yagami.
Cek dulu guys.
Before he died, Waku-san spent most of his time in here.
And when was he admitted?
2 years ago, with Alzheimer's.
Some kind of dementia, right?
Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disease that leads to dementia, yes. In fact, it's the cause of almost 70% of all dementia cases.
So, they're one and the same, kinda? Anyway, do what you gotta do, Yagami.
Hey.
Doesn't look too happy, probably because shintani has been freed since he left. Maybe she was just dance. Kita bisa bisa examine mukanya, cok. Lucu banget. Masa ngeliatin gua setan. Ya Allah.
What the? Has anyone else slept here since Waku-san's death?
Nobody, no.
And Waku-san was missing from his room the morning of the incident, yes?
That's right.
So, he was murdered here, then carried out.
I can't say for sure, but it's likely.
I can't say for sure. Itu dia nggak tahu. Working on that assumption, how was his body carried outside?
Suspicious. The window's sealed shut. There's no way Waku-san could have escaped through here.
Wow! Ini lantai berapa? 4 ya? Glass force. Setiap kali pasti akan ada glass.
All the rooms have windows like this, right? It seems like people would notice if something was going on in here.
Well, we only have so many employees in this ward. The halls stay fairly busy, but it's mostly dementia patients moving between appointments.
I see. I wonder how the room looks from the hallway.
You got all you need from here, yeah?
I think so. Suspicious.
So he's a self-proclaimed king of the general office. 40 years old, single and working hobbies include dealing and being consenting. 40 tahun. Wah. Standard.
You can definitely see what's going on from out here. Shintani-sensei, can you lay on the bed for me?
I guess so. Care to join me, Terasawa-san? What do you got to lose?
Gila anjing. Join me, Terasawa-san. Gila lu.
It was a joke.
So from this vantage point, you can't make out the person's face.
So what
So, was this the colossal waste of time I knew it'd be?
Nope. I got something I'd only get from being here.
Does it matter? It's been days. Case is practically closed. Shinpei Okubo is guilty as hell.
Ini flashback bang, yoi. Flashback.
According to him, he's not.
Of course that's what he says. Consider the facts though, man. You want to review the case?
Sure. Let's go over what we know so far.
Whatever you want. All right, here we go. Our victim was the patient staying in this room. Koichi Waku, male, age 66.
Sih,
At 8:30 a.m. on the morning of the crime, the nurses noticed he was missing from his bed. Given Waku's degenerative state, they assumed he was wandering around the hospital somewhere. But after being unable to track him down, hospital staff filed a missing persons report.
Right.
You know what a dementia patient's like, though. Hard to imagine they'd make it outside on their own. The only conclusion then was that somebody must have taken him out of the hospital. After inspecting all the cars that came in and out of the center, they were left with one possible suspect. A laundryman by the name of Shinpei Okubo. It didn't take much prodding for Okubo to confess burying Waku's body out in the mountains. And lo and behold, 3 months after Waku disappeared, the cops found his body rotting away right where Okubo said it'd be. Cause of death was most likely suffocation.
Suffocation berarti, oh, gue paham. Berarti bantal di itu tekan begitu Pak. Suffocation.
But they still don't know for sure. Any objections to this so far, Yagami-sensei?
Actually, yeah. You're forgetting something.
And what's that?
Okubo-kun insists he didn't kill anyone. All he admits to is dumping the body.
Can saya bersyukur dari kayak hutan kemarin waktu itu. Benar. Benar. Jadi kalau emang kita ngebuang tubuhnya, ya buang aja. Tapi kita kan nggak melakukan hal tersebut. Jadi kayak komplotan. Kayak gitu. Jatuhnya kayak komplotan. Yang bunuh orang lain kita yang buang. Kayak gitu. Kurang lebih kayak gitu. If I budge on that, I'd be admitting Okubo-kun did it before we tried to story. Ya benar. Kalau emang itu terjadi ya harusnya ya kami langsung nembak aja, bener lah lu begini, kalau enggak gue ini, gue bantuin trial. Sampai aku,
Oh, sure. But come on, Yagami. Guy's got a history of assault, and it's on record. Roughed up his girlfriend, accidentally broke her finger.
Whoa!
Right, but that was over 6 years ago. He was just a kid. Got drunk, made a huge mistake.
And what? It's okay for a kid to hit a woman?
Of course not. But that's not what he's on trial for.
True.
I don't condone what he did. But legally, committing one crime doesn't mean you're guilty of another.
Gila, mabuk, terus secara tersengaja matiin jari perempuan ya. Secara tersengaja matiin jari sih, secara tersengaja, tapi dia sadar.
Fine.
Sebenarnya bukan dasar mabuk aja.
Shaky alibi. He said he left the center at 10 a.m. after grabbing the sheets from the general ward. Claimed Waku-san's corpse somehow got loaded into his truck. Who's gonna believe garbage like that?
If anyone should, it's his lawyers.
We're meeting with Okubo after this, right? You should just be honest with him. Tell him the case is unwinnable.
Are you two done here?
Yep. Can you show us the garage next? The one where Okubo-kun parked his truck. The service entrance, I think it was. That's the only other place we'll need to see today.
Aduh.
We'll need to take an elevator down there. Follow me.
Jadi katanya Okubo pernah kena masalah juga sama polisi, cuma lagi dia masih kecil katanya. Dia mabok, terus nggak sengaja matain jari seorang perempuan katanya gitu. Kena assault charge dia. Itu dulu 6 tahun yang lalu katanya. Siapa yang bilang gitu? 6 tahun yang lalu ya udah 6 tahun yang lalu. Bukan dia masuk pengadilan kan bukan gara-gara kasus tersebut, bukan kasus yang lain. Kami juga bilang katanya, dia mau ngebuang tubuhnya, tapi bukan berarti dia yang bunuh kan? Iya benar sih, itu. Dia tidak, tapi tetap dia kan, walaupun ini kan terbukti usaha juga, usaha tersebut. Kata gue dia di frame sih, simbol gue kayaknya di frame, di blackmail deh. Bahkan gue sih kayaknya di kayaknya ngebunuh pacarnya si Shinpei bukan dia.
Hey,
Yakin?
Yagami, you're never gonna last if you keep taking cases like this. Criminal suits are a constant test of your conviction, your sense of justice. They don't even pay that well.
careful who you say that around.
Look, just chill out, okay? Take it from me. I've been around the block way longer than you have. Looks like a regular old garage to me.
You'd make it out with no problem if you put a body into your truck down here. It's quiet.
It is.
Hey, Yagami, check this out. These are the carts they use to collect sheets and linens. Day of the crime, Okubo was all over the hospital with one of these things.
Sekecil itu belum masukin orang. Waduh, kayak nggak mungkin deh di bawahnya pakai begituan. Nggak mungkin, Jo. Nggak mungkin. Enggak, masalah gini. Dia orang tua kan, usia 66 tahun. Aku paham. Tapi kalau di posisinya, tapi kalaupun ditekuk juga harusnya kelihatan nggak sih? Badan dia nekuk, ya gue paham dia posisi cuma bisa duduk nekuk gitu. Kalau ditaruh di situ gue paham dia nggak bisa nekuk duduk terus badannya begitu, gue paham. Nekuk dia kepalanya berdiri gitu, tahu gue. Pertanyaannya itu satu, kok kecil banget karena itu kan gede gitu. Kecil banget buat bawa si Waku tuh kecil banget ininya apa dorongannya kecil banget. Kayaknya nggak bisa. Kalau dilihat dari foto sih kayak kecil sih. Berarti Waku harus duduk dilipat begitu harus ketahuan coy. Pas ada linen segede gitu begini, dia bawanya begitu. Harusnya kan bawanya begini dia. Saat ditempelin ke sini dia bawanya kalau emang kecil begitu. Kan ini gede linennya kan. Pasti gede linennya itu. Yakin gue. Kalau kecil itu pasti di bawahnya ini tempelin situ terus di bawah dia gitu. Apalagi si Waku coy di bawah di situ. Udah pasti kelihatan. Kakinya nekuk terus begitu. Kan palanya begitu. Kalau palanya ngadep ke sini begitu, nempel begitu. Dia kan ketahuan. Linenya kan nggak begitu, dia begini. Paling banter linenya tuh begini. Nggak bisa begini. Orang begini, yes. Tapi kalau ini paling banter udah, that's it. Yang kecil itu kayaknya yang bukan dibawa ini deh, kecil banget cuy itu. Kalaupun dibawa pakai itu juga ditekuk badannya, yakin gue. Coba aja.
Would have been simple for him to sneak a body in there and cart it right out.
Maybe so. Where was Okubo parked on the day of the incident?
The truck was parked here, with the back facing the elevator.
Dan facing elevator berarti palanya ke sono.
Here's a recreation of it.
Kan bener.
DNA evidence from the victim was found in the flatbed of the truck. That's proof enough that the body was there. And when they confronted Okubo, he flat out admitted it.
Ada yang salah. Nggak mungkin dia begitu. Begitu tahu langsung ngaku nggak mungkin. Ada yang salah kayaknya. Si drunk isn't it?
There was evidence that the body was in Okubo's truck.
Truknya ada di sini. Bagus ya kami naik. Hebat ya kami parkurnya.
When was Waku-san last seen?
Just before 8 a.m. on the day of the crime.
Yeah, 7:50 to be precise. An ADDC scientist will be testifying to that. He claims he saw him nice and cozy in his bed.
I see. Can we talk to this witness?
I tried to get an appointment, but they shut me down. Said they don't want us interfering with their research anymore.
They're not willing to make an exception this once?
This isn't an issue you want to push, Yagami. Worst case scenario, you get charged with witness intimidation.
All right. Anyway, the victim was last seen at 7:50.
That's right. Breakfast is at 8 o'clock, so the patients who can walk on their own gather in the break room. But on the day of his disappearance, 8:30 came and went with no sign of Waku-san.
You thought you'd find him quickly. Didn't exactly turn out that way.
Right.
Got that, Yagami? Here, let's go over some more details.
Sure, let's hear what great Shintani has to say.
What we know is, Waku was taken out of his room sometime between 7:50 when he was last seen, and 8:30 when everyone noticed he was gone.
Nggak mungkin. Dia ditutup pakai tangan begitu, kayak nggak mungkin. Harusnya patah hidungnya. Kan ditekan, Jo. Patah hidungnya harusnya kalau pakai tangan.
During that 40-minute span, somebody suffocated Waku and stuffed him into the laundry bin.
Kan ketekuk kan, gue bilang. Bener nggak? Tekuk badannya. Kecil soalnya itu.
The culprit was Okubo, the man in charge of the laundry. To further back this up, DNA evidence from Waku was found in Okubo's truck. And when the police questioned Okubo, he confessed to burying the body in the mountains of Okutama. 3 months after the crime, Waku's corpse was finally found. With me? This thing's airtight, Yagami. I know you're getting into this, but come on. Just give it up already. You don't have a chance.
Even though Okubo says he's innocent, I promised him we'd do everything we could.
Not my problem. You shouldn't make promises you can't keep.
Fine, then I'll do it alone. You don't have to be involved.
Even if I'm not, the loss will hurt Genda-sensei's reputation.
I'm sorry, but our client says he's innocent. I can't back down from this.
Fine. I'll be in the lobby.
If you like, I could take you to see Waku-san's room again.
You don't mind? That would be great.
Nice. Yes. Boleh nih. Jadi kita bisa lebih mendalami apa yang sebenarnya terjadi. Here I am again. Don't really see anything.
Waku-san was here until the morning of the incident. Then he just up and disappeared. The window's sealed shut. There's no way Waku-san could have escaped through here.
Sealed shut. Lagian juga nggak ada orang yang mau keluar lewat situ, Cok. Lu gila. Lantai 4 orang bunuh diri apa keluar lewat situ. Gila ya. Sakit tuh.
I wonder how well you can see in here from the hallway.
Tapi kesalahannya rumah sakit ini tuh satu sebenarnya. Lu nggak ada toilet di dalam. Ya, mereka orang demensia. Minimal lu taruh toilet lah. Lu kencing buat berak gitu.
Are you finished?
Yeah, I've seen what I need. Anything else you can share?
Terasa. Bentar. Aku mau kencing dulu guys. Bentar. Aku mau kencing dulu. Sebentar. Oke, kita lanjut guys. Panjang ya ceritanya.
How long will Okubo-san's sentence be?
Huh?
If he's found guilty, that is.
Probably 10 years, maybe more. It's hard to say for sure.
And what if he confesses? Would they shorten his sentence?
Well, at the very least, it'd make a better impression than insisting he didn't do it.
But you're still going to push an innocent plea? Even though Okubo-san is the one who'll suffer for it?
If he's really not guilty, he won't have to. I'll win. But to be perfectly honest, this is my first criminal case.
Yang pertama,
Civil cases have been a mixed bag for me too. I've actually lost more than I've won.
Is that so?
Apparently, a smart lawyer would never even consider an innocent plea in this case. Guess it's a good thing that I'm not so smart then, because I honestly believe I can win. Terasawa-san, were you close to Okubo-kun?
I spoke to him pretty often, yes. I would see him around the ward all the time.
And what did you think of him? Did he seem like the kind of guy who'd do something like this?
I'm sorry. The director told us not to say too much.
Wait! If you know anything that can help, just get in touch, okay? I'll do whatever it takes to set Okubo-kun free. But I can't do it alone. Just give it some thought, Terasawa-san.
Menurut saya si Shintani udah gak mau bantu, kampret juga tuh. Salah.
Just now, we went to the ADDC. Thought I should have a look at things with my own eyes.
And how did it go?
There's no chance you walk. You're practically a lost cause.
Hey!
Yagami-sensei, is that what you think?
It's like this, Okubo. You tell me you're innocent, and I'll fight to the end. I really have nothing to lose by helping you out.
It's just like I told you. Whoever did it is framing me.
The Convenant of the ADDC merupakan Shinpei.
On the day of the crime, you were in the general ward at the ADDC, yes? Starting at 8 a.m., you went around to each room and gathered the linens.
Yes.
Ini buat kalian yang belum tahu, kerjaannya si Shinpei itu mengganti selimut para pasien, tiba seperti para pasien. Jadi dia bawa ke bawah untuk dicuci sama orang bawah. Itu tugas si Shinpei itu di situ. Nah, kebetulan si anjing yang ngebunuh si Waku naruh dia di dalam situ, dibawa sama si Shinpei yang ke bawah. Ke bos.
Nobody would dispute that.
And after that, you covered Waku-san's nose and mouth, suffocated him, and then carted him out in a laundry bin.
That's not true. Waku-san wasn't there when I went into his room. I didn't see him at all that day. You have to believe me.
And I do. So when you went down to leave the center at 10 a.m. after gathering the linens, you realized there was a body hidden in the truck.
Yes. That's what happened.
Then, after debating whether or not to report the body, you chose to hide it in the mountains.
I had a criminal assault on my record. I knew the police would have suspected me if I went to them.
Aren't you forgetting the bad blood you had with Waku-san?
Huh? Bad blood? What are you talking about?
3 days before the murder, Waku-san claimed Okubo-kun here punched him and stole his wallet. They told me all about it at the center.
When did you even ask?
While you were busy chatting up Terasawa-chan. Even if I bitch about it, I'm still damn good at my job.
Well, Okubo-kun, did you take his wallet or...
Not quite. They call it delusion of theft. It's a symptom of dementia. You think something's been stolen from you, then blame the first person you see.
Orang sakit kan harusnya nggak megang dompet sama ini cuy. Masuk akal ya, ini kayaknya dia dituduh nyuri. Nggak mungkin Orang sakit itu nggak mungkin megang dompet di dalam tubuhnya, dia nggak mungkin. Apalagi sampai mukul nggak mungkin sih. Kalau mukul yes bisa, tapi kalau nyumbelin no. Kayak no sih. Kenapa? Karena masuk akal orang sakit di berbaring masa masih megang dompet, nggak mungkin lah coba.
Not the easiest thing to deal with, right? Someone accuses you of theft for no reason? Must have been a shock. So when Waku-san tried to hit you, you just about hit him back.
But I didn't hit him.
No, you murdered him.
I wouldn't kill a man over something like that.
I wish I could believe you, pal. Come on, Okubo-kun. You got a record of violence.
It wasn't me. I swear. Somebody set me up. Please, you have to believe me. Whoever did this is laughing at all of us right now.
Calm down.
Yagami-sensei, do you believe me?
I do.
Okay. Then next time, come alone.
Fine, I can take a hint. You and Yagami-sensei can cuddle up all you want.
Hey, you know that nurse, Terasawa-san? Cute girl. It sounded like she was worried about you. Bet you'd have a chance with her once you get out of here.
I don't know. If you'll excuse me.
Coba dikit namanya baik. Mulutnya tuh si ini siapa? Si Shintani tuh mulutnya main sobek coy. Pantes mati deh. Mulutnya ngomong sembarangan. Ngomong sembarangan soalnya orang tuh. Nggak apa-apa. Bahkan kisah kiri bisa lebih.
So Shintani just left you hanging, huh? He's got to learn some damn patience.
Benar.
Maybe so. But this is my case now. I can handle it myself.
Huh. Okay.
Yagami-san.
Yeah.
Have you seen Mafia lately?
Well, where's this coming from?
She's just not that great with men.
Ah.
I suggest you be more assertive.
Right. Okay.
You mean that friend of yours, Saori-kun? She's got Shintani all riled up. Said he'd have been nicer to you if he knew you had friends who looked like her. Jackass.
Nothing's official yet, guys. Regardless, keep it on the down low, okay?
Yet? That word says more than you think.
Oh, I can't escape. What's happening?
I'll keep my lips sealed.
Yo kalau boleh keluar, nggak boleh keluar kamu ngomong sini. Luas.
Mafia-kun's a prosecutor, right?
Masih jaksa.
Isn't it kind of taboo for her to date a defense attorney?
Can we not do this?
Either way, guess the Okubo case comes first. Pleading innocent, yeah?
That's the plan.
What is your plan here? This isn't gonna be an easy win.
Well, I'm working on that. There's one piece of evidence that still bothers me.
Yeah? And what's that?
Take a look at this. It's the hospital room the victim was staying in. This is the last place Waku-san was seen before he disappeared. At the time, the witness would have seen Waku-san from this angle through the window in the door. But the cabinet here would have been blocking his face.
Uh-huh.
In other words, there's room to argue that the witness never actually saw Waku-san to begin with. It might have just looked like there was somebody in there. Or maybe the killer set it up to look that way.
And how would that impact the trial?
Well, the premise that the victim was still alive at 8 o'clock would no longer be on the table. Meaning, the crime could have occurred during a much wider time range. With that in mind, we could claim there's no proof that Okubo took Waku-san out of the room.
Right. Not bad.
What the hell's your problem?
Was that Shintani?
I think so.
Get back here!
That bastard. Oh, he's eavesdropping on you.
What the hell?
I tried to stop him, but he pulled a stun gun on me.
Stun gun?
Hey! Wait up!
Dia lompat, cuk. What the hell? Jangan diikutin, guys. Bahaya. Shit.
Hold up!
Usaha dari gua, huh? I will catch you. I won't stop until I get you. Come on. Hell yeah. Ah, samjat. Tidak. Jer.
A woman?
Help! Someone help me!
Aren't you Terasawa-san?
Let me go!
We got a groper out here? Scum of the earth! Not on my watch, you son of a bitch!
Belaga pahlawan, oke. Nah, gue benci orang pahlawan. So, nice. Syukur. So keren.
Can all lawyers fight like that?
Acara kalau begini kayak gitu mati dia penjahat aja. apa ya?
Did you really need to run away like that? I assume you came to see me.
There was something I wanted to talk to you about, yes. But I wasn't sure if I should. Then that pig-headed friend of yours started shouting, so I just lost it.
Okay, but did you have to tase him? Not that he didn't have it coming. Anyway, I'm listening if you want to talk. No matter what it is, I'll keep your secret. Anything you tell me will fall under client attorney privilege.
Well, you know the witness who last saw Waku-san? Said he saw him sleeping in his bed.
Uh-huh.
Well, that witness is a man by the name of Shono-san. He's one of the scientists at the ADDC. Not only that, but he's the director's right-hand man, too.
And this is him?
Bocorin nama ini. Berarti masih random for research. Iya.
Yes.
Abang lu kayak
He's a
meyakinkan.
very dedicated doctor, so the nurses have a lot of faith in him. But something felt off when I heard what he had to say about the incident.
And what's that?
I guess I'm just skeptical as to whether or not he actually saw Waku-san. I don't think he's intentionally deceiving us, but he may be mistaken somehow. And if I had to guess, I'd say the other nurses feel the same.
Still, why hasn't anyone mentioned this until now?
How could we? Nurses talking about a doctor behind his back? That's not something a nurse could do without consequences.
Benar.
And if it came to a courtroom testimony,
None of you would testify?
maybe the other nurses wouldn't, but I would. I never really fit in over there anyway. Besides,
Yeah?
I think Okubo-san is innocent.
Oh, really? Sounds like I've finally got an ally on my team.
Akhirnya ya neng kali kalau ketemu ya di tes gak apa-apa ya. Lo apa asistennya begitu lu bisa lari gitu loh, bang sih sebuah.
I'm currently employed as a researcher at the Advanced Drug Development Center. Part of our research consists of clinical tests we perform on patients in the general ward of the center. On the day of the crime, I was making my usual rounds through the ward.
And what time was that?
Around 7:50?
You're sure?
Yes, the patients eat breakfast at precisely 8 o'clock. I always head to the break room myself, right around then too.
This break room, to be precise?
That's correct. Our more mobile patients walk there for breakfast instead of eating in their own rooms. Then, while the nurses help the patients eat, I ask about how they feel and how the medicine is treating them.
And on the day of Waku-san's disappearance, you passed by his room before going to the break room?
Yes.
And in that room, you saw Waku-san lying on the bed?
Yes.
Can you describe the situation to us as you remember it?
The door has a window, so you can see into the room from the hallway.
And this is the room you're referring to, yes?
That's correct. From where I was standing in the hallway, I could see Waku-san lying in bed. He was asleep, with a blanket covering most of his body.
And what time was that?
Around 7:50.
No further questions.
Yagami-sensei, why did you call her to the stand?
She actually asked to testify. Is that a problem?
Not really, no.
Here's my Judgement comeback.
Terasawa-san, you were present for Shono-san's testimony just now, yes?
Yes.
And what is your opinion on that testimony?
For a scientist, I felt his wording was rather imprecise. And as a medical professional, I felt his actions were negligent.
Wow.
Could I ask you to be a little more specific?
Our witness, Shono-san, claims he saw Waku-san sleeping in his bed during his morning rounds. However, there's no way he could have known that just by looking in from the hallway.
I have evidence supporting Terasawa-san's testimony. Please look at this. It's a photograph of the victim's room as viewed from the hallway. In other words, this is what Shono-san would have seen when he checked in on Waku-san.
Yeah. This evidence points to this fact. Couple was heading in the hospital room. So that. Kaya nga mungkin dia sumilang. Sakit. Sakit. Mati nih. Ya. Sini mati. Harusnya kalau mau dibiarin di ranjang, yang tahu kan si Shinpei kan. Dia kan orangnya begitu penakut. Pasti dia bakal panik dan lapor ke suster. Berarti jawabannya bukan victim is already dead. Victim is already dead. Ketahuan sama si Shinpei langsung lari kabur ngadu ke si ini ke si siapa? Si nurse station itu pasti. Couple was heading in the hospital room, kayak nggak mungkin. Nggak mungkin dia masukin tubuhnya si Waku ke dalam itu. Dalam keranjang gitu ya. Keranjang buat itu linennya. Terus dia berbareng di situ. Terus dia ngeliat diri di sini kan nggak mungkin juga. Soal testimoni masalah enggak juga. Soalnya kalau emang dilihat di CCTV feed dia ada di situ berarti dia nggak bohong harusnya sih. Tapi kalau berarti someone who claims to be a witness kita juga bisa nuduh dia karena dia kan ya. Tapi kalau culprit hiding the hospital room kayak bisa sih. Kalau cover tracks itu sih juga.
Waku-san was already dead when Shono-san went to check on him.
What are you implying?
At the time, the defendant hadn't yet collected the linens. In fact, he hadn't even arrived at the ADDC, meaning Okubo-san could not have been the murderer.
Assuming that's true then, why did he go through the trouble of hiding Waku-san's body in his laundry cart?
Huh?
Please.
Sorry, our witness. However, please look at this. It's a photo. In other words, Shono-san was excused what he saw from the door. He couldn't have been able to identify it specifically as Waku-san. So to claim as much in his testimony seems like quite an exaggeration, don't you think?
But common sense would dictate otherwise, would it not? Who would be in the bed other than Waku-san?
The staff nurses are trained to always enter a room when checking in on a patient. In Waku-san's case, it's impossible to tell anything just by looking in from the hallway.
Itu dia. Kan kepalanya nggak kelihatan
There
coba
was actually
misalnya.
one time a while back where we thought he was under the covers, only to find Waku-san eating in the break room a second later. And upon re-examining the room, we realized that we had mistaken a bunched-up pillow for Waku-san.
The witness makes an important distinction. The prosecution asserts that Shono-san's testimony is clear, that the victim was taken out of his room at some point between 7:50 and 8:30 in the morning.
Berarti di tengah-tengahnya, tengah-tengah 7.50 atau 8.30. Itu 8.25.
They claim that because of this time frame, the defendant must have smuggled Waku-san's body out in his laundry bin. But if Shono-san's testimony is invalid, as the defense asserts, we have to consider the possibility that Waku-san was taken in the middle of the night when nobody else was around. After which, the killer could have waited until the morning to plant the body in the defendant's truck. In other words, the defense establishes that there is reasonable doubt that Okubo-san is the killer, rendering the prosecution's central argument unsound. Your Honor, taking this new testimony into account, I'd like to call Shono-san back to the stand for cross-examination.
Nah lo, panggil balik atau kelar nih.
Shono-san.
Yes?
Show response to that evidence that there is of testimony.
I'll get right to the point. On the day of the crime, what did you see when you looked into Waku-san's room?
I saw Waku-san asleep in his bed, I think.
I think. Tapi dia nggak yakin.
And did you get a clear look at his face?
I don't remember.
So it's possible that it could have been someone other than Waku-san in that bed. Or maybe even a pillow that you mistook to be Waku-san's body. Isn't that right?
Objection! The defense is leading the witness.
Sustained. Please rephrase the question.
Shono-san, can you say without a doubt that Waku-san was in that bed when you checked on him?
I don't think I can, no.
Then the defense rests. But I do have a quick remark for the prosecution.
Huh?
The charges against my client stem from your assertion that he's the only possible suspect, assuming the crime took place within the stated time frame. However, the defense has proven without a doubt that Shono-san's testimony is unreliable, establishing reasonable doubt for my client. I would suggest, then, that you withdraw the charges against my client. With such inconclusive evidence, you'll only be wasting the court's precious time.
The prosecution does not consider the witness's testimony inconclusive. His memory of the incident may be fuzzy, yes, but that doesn't change that he saw the victim.
Prove it, wise ass.
Your whole case is based on a fuzzy memory? This promising young man's future is at stake, and you're willing to throw that away on unreliable testimony?
Dr. Shono is a bright and diligent researcher. After watching his own grandmother develop dementia, he vowed to create a drug that could cure the disease.
Bisa. Demensia itu nggak ada obatnya. Walaupun ada, cuma kayak stress relief gitu. Nggak ada obatnya. Demensia, skizofrenia, Alzheimer nggak ada obatnya. Nggak ada. Kanker ada, kemoterapi. Pokoknya ada beberapa yang nggak ada obatnya. Ataksia nggak ada obatnya, ya kan? Terus Alzheimer nggak ada obatnya. Demensia nggak ada obatnya. Skizofrenia pun nggak ada obatnya sebenarnya. Empat itu yang nggak ada obatnya. Itu yang bahaya. Empat penyakit itu justru yang bahaya.
After paying his own way through medical school, he went on to become the head researcher at the ADDC. Day after day, Dr. Shono visits his sick patients out of the kindness of his heart, leading to his valiant testimony here today. If you want to know whether I trust this man, then my answer is a resounding yes.
In other words, because he's such a great researcher, his testimony is infallible. His own admission that he's not sure is somehow overlooked? Is that the sum of it? Because from here, it sounds like you're putting your faith in Shono-san's title, not his testimony today.
Benar.
The prosecution is not as easily swayed as you think. And you want to talk reputation? What of your client's history of domestic abuse? 6 years ago, and the cause? A minor, drunken disagreement. Now, fast forward to what occurred a few days prior to the crime. Waku-san, suspecting the defendant of stealing his wallet, lashed out and punched the defendant in the face. Given the clearly violent nature of Okubo-san here, that alone would be motivation enough to murder the poor old...
Mata lagi.
Is something wrong, ma'am? Please remain seated while court is in session.
Apa ini? Kasih.
Terasawa-san?
Okubo-san is not a violent person. And he hasn't even had a drink in over 6 years. Not a single drop since the incident.
My court will not stand for this commotion.
He didn't blame Waku-san at all. He knew that the outburst was just caused by his dementia. That it was all the sickness's fault. So there was no reason for him to resort to murder.
Terasawa-san, please.
Okubo-san really is an incredible, caring person.
Please leave this courtroom at once.
You're right that he may be hard to approach, but he's a kind soul, and he always keeps his promises. Okubo-san's not the only person in this courtroom who would be affected by a guilty verdict, either. As a matter of fact, it would break my heart. And even through it all, he wanted me to keep this a secret, not to tell anyone, not even his lawyer, that we were dating.
Oh, that's impressive. Wow, holy shit.
Though he knew he could have ended up in prison, making sure I was safe was the only thing in the world he cared about. That's just who he is. But when the prosecution has already decided he's a criminal, how could he possibly be given a fair trial?
Her little outburst wasn't technically admissible, but as the trial dragged on, it hung over the jury like a stone. And in the end, Shinpei Okubo was found not guilty. But only a month after his release, everything changed. The same girl who had so bravely proclaimed Okubo's innocence died by the man's own hand.
Gua nggak percaya kalau Okubo yang ngebunuh. Nggak tahu, insting detektif gue tuh ngomong kayak gitu, nggak tahu, kayaknya enggak sih. No, Okubo nggak akan kayak gitu sih. No. I don't think that's capable.
Hi.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing, Vice Minister.
Vice Minister,
But
Perdana Menteri.
I haven't seen you in about 3 years, Kido-san. I see you're still the director.
You look familiar, but I can't quite place the name. I seem to recall you looking sharper.
I'm a detective based in Kamurocho now. The name's Yagami.
Ah, I remember now. You're the reason Terasawa-kun's no longer with us. Remember, Shono?
Okubo-san was unstoppable. If only my testimony had been better.
Shono-san, right?
Does it matter? What
Oh, no,
brings
no,
you here
no.
anyway?
I'm investigating a murder, and I'll need your cooperation with it. Just like old times.
Yes, I see. Yes. Thank you. It does seem we received a phone call from this Shintani-san you speak of.
Do you know who he was calling?
Dr. Shona.
The same
Oh,
Shono-san you were just with?
oke. Bagus sih tadi kalau kayak itu pertanyaan. Why? Apa yang terjadi sebenarnya?
Yes. However, it's unclear as to what the point of the call was meant to be. Shono was away from his desk at the time, you see, and Shintani-san didn't leave a message.
You have no idea what he wanted to talk about?
None. Shono says he doesn't know a Shintani-san, and sees no reason why he would be calling.
Oh, really?
Look, Shono and I co-authored the research paper on AD9. We're quite well known, as it turns out. Sometimes complete strangers pretend to be close friends or relatives in order to contact us. Perhaps Shintani-san fell into that category.
Have you heard of the mole murders taking place in Kamurocho, Dr. Kido? 3 yakuza, each one with their eyes gouged out. It's a grisly business. Shintani was killed in the same way.
I've seen the news.
Can you think of anything tying the ADDC to those murders?
Huh? Look, just what are you implying? Look, I believe we're done here. There's nothing I can help you with.
hand!
Who are you?
Detective Kuroiwa, Kamuro Police, Organized Crime. One of your guests here has information related to the case I'm currently investigating. That would be you, Yagami.
Dia lagi,
I'd
Cok.
like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Is that so?
Dia lagi, Cok. Ite na Korea.
The mole's latest victim was the lawyer, Shintani. The last call he made brings the case that ruined Yagami 3 years ago back to the surface. A patient was taken from a hospital and found buried in the mountains. Yagami defended the suspect, Shinpei Okubo, and got an acquittal. But 1 month later, he murdered his girlfriend Emi Terasawa with a kitchen knife and burned the remains.
Nggak mungkin. Sebab gue nggak akan mungkin membunuh yang Terasawa. Nggak mungkin. Gue nggak percaya. Gue nggak akan percaya kalau Shinpei tuh guilty, no. Insting detektif gue yang ngomong kayak gitu, no.
I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Material witness?
I'm Hoshino, an attorney at Genda Law Office. Officer, is this interview voluntary or...
It is.
Ah, shit.
It's your call, Yagami-san.
I think I'll pass.
Excuse me?
You have your answer, sir. You can go now.
You can make this easier if you come now. Next time, it won't be voluntary.
Your empty threats don't mean much to a lawyer.
Can you take this elsewhere? I really must be...
Too bad he's not a lawyer anymore, then. Your friend's nothing now. Just come along quietly. I'll come back with a warrant if I have to.
And go back with the warrant, goddammit.
I'd like to see you try.
Yes.
Why do you suspect me anyway? I bet you don't even have a reason.
Good.
I can come up with a few good ones.
Enough. Get the hell out of my office.
You'll regret this, Yagami.
Kuroiwa-san.
Apa lu? Oh, gue juga belum tentu menang aja.
You two, out.
Before we go, can we speak to Shono-san for a sec? We need to know why Shintani called him.
Listen, I already told you he doesn't know. Get it through your skull. Now, please leave.
No problem. We'll let you get back to work.
Material witness atas pembunuhannya si Shintani. Wow.
This is really getting out of hand, don't you think? I can't believe that detective thinks you're a material witness.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. But what I'm more interested in is how he even knew where to find me.
That's a good point. How would the police know we were here?
Berarti ada seseorang dari yang dalam kontak dia. Seseorang ini kita nggak tahu siapa yang mau si
It's me. For now, let's focus on Shono, though. It would be a waste coming here and not talking to him.
Agreed. Let's see if the receptionist can help us.
Sebelum saya. Nah, oke. Kalau gitu buat Judgement sampai sini pertemuan kita guys. Jangan lupa like, share, subscribe. Terima kasih banyak sudah datang. Ya, ada IC sama Judgement malam ini luar biasa ya, luar biasa. Oke. Terima kasih semuanya. Bila ada kata-kata kurang berkenan kurang yang maaf. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih. Sampai jumpa lagi besok di Presiden Minggu.